the game, know how to run their team, and know how to handle difficult situations. Maybe I'm just showing my age, too.
The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the former Purdue Boilermaker. It's Drew Brees.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stay on an even keel. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
Ready? You ready? Check 45 to mine.
Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Let's get a quick look at the Saints offense.
And the schedule makers have given them a little break right here. Back-to-back home games, and they won last week. So they're trying to make it 2 in a row before they hit the road next week. They have to take advantage of this break in the schedule.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Brees, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. A look at the Buccaneers starters now on defense. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week, and if things don't improve in this game, the head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. It's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Working from the gun, it's Brees. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood where the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure he didn't give up much run after catch.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they're led out by a guy who's done just about everything you could ever imagine to do in this league, the great Tom Brady.
It's been a lot of fun watching him develop in his career. But that will to win, he's had that probably since birth. And it transmits itself throughout his entire ball club. Watching him play, it can be an absolute joy unless you're on the other team.
Mike, set 380. Mike, here we go.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Easy work. It's easy work.
And we get a glance now at the Buccaneer offense.
And they're coming off a good win on the road last week, but they do know that they have a home game next week. So all the focus has to be, can they get a second win on the road and make going home that much sweeter? That's the intention in this ball game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Check it back. Check it back.
Now Brady. Got him in. It's Brashad Perriman. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The former Purdue Boilermaker, Raheem Mostert. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Run coverage, excellent there from the defensive end position.
How many times do we sit with coaches and they talk about a base defensive end, a guy who can anchor and play with leverage? We just saw a great example of it. And how about the bonus, tackling the runner for a loss?
Now on 2nd and 13. Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. From the gun, it's Brady. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make someone miss in the open field.
On 1st down, Brady completes it to Miller. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the number 1 overall offense in the league.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
Again, they'll throw with Brady. And he hits his target, Deshaun Hamilton. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 33.
Okay, I'm not so great at math, but I just looked over at our statistician, Marvin, and he signaled to me 5 for 5 to get things started here on this opening drive. Where I come from, that's pretty good.
That is pretty good. Now, what do you do defensively to adjust?
Well, this is where you got to make a decision as a defensive coordinator. Do you really get after the quarterback? Or maybe you tighten down on the receivers, bump them off of their routes, chip them.
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Raheem Mostert, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And a long run there in the end to top it off. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Brees. And that is incomplete here. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. But it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brees, complete. Smith has it. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brees. It's caught. Smith. Well, he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and now it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Come on, QB, come on. Check.
Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Now Brees on 3rd down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
A good pickup there, a 22.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Go!
Now Mostert. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Now that play was doomed right from the start.
They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
Wait, that 53! Check 53, Mike.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
53, man down!
On second and 11 now. Brady. They still can't get it. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Brady. And he's got Miller. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 34-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Brady's got his guys first and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. It's a pickup of 5, brings up second down. They'll break the huddle, send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right on second and 5. Here's Brady to throw. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. Brady, 8 of 8 throwing the ball in this first quarter. It's first and 10.
Let's go, defense. Here we go. Kill. Shadow.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. That's going to be caught. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Chris Godwin. His 3rd touchdown now on the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead.
All drives that result in points hurt a defense, but when they are the sustained variety, play after play, and they just can't get off the field and stop them, that can be demoralizing.
Lamar on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. And following the it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Now a play fake here on first down. That'll be complete to Cook. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score. Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. There to stop him was Carlton Davis.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 41, Brees. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A first opportunity upcoming in the red zone for the Saints. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Brees now on 3rd and goal. Toward the pylon, caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Jerron Brown. His 2nd touchdown on the season as his guys are back within a single score. They haven't fully climbed the mountain, but they've started the ascent here with that score.
I like that, right? I think they've left base camp now, okay? So they've started to move their way up the mountain. Long way to go, but at least they know it's manageable.
So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Quick pass out to Miller. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Mostert. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. Getting the sense Charles are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Wait, that. Down 80. Down 80. I know he ain't got it. Hey, check it.
Brady. He's got this one complete to Perriman. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
53, Mike, 53.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports.
Wait, that. Wait, 20. Check 53. And let's get this. Get this.
Here's Mostert. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 1st down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. This is Mostert. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Wait, that. 53. 53, Mike. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Rip.
Play action. Now it's Brady. Looking for Perriman there. He's got him. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Brady going to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The Bucs on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Wait, set. Wait, Eddie. 56. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run. 72. 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check, 56. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
56. Mike, 56.
Hold 50.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. 56. It's a party now. 72.
Operating from the gun. Brady. The quick slant caught. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. From the gun, Brady toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. This just a 24-yard attempt. The kick by Maher is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Drew Brees getting ready to go again on offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. From the 30 on 2nd down, Brees. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Saints on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
On third down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Brees. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
This is Murray. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Yellow lady, yellow lady.
They go back to Murray on first down. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way, lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
From the gun on 3rd down, Brees. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Watch the slip, watch the slip. Check it, reload.
Now a handoff looking right. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 17 yards on the play and a Buccaneer first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. On the carry, it's Logan. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. On third and long, it's Brady. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Brees. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
They fake the give. Here's Brees. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. Not able to go anywhere that time. 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Brees leaves this one with Kamara, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Working from the gun, it's Brees. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here's Thomas Morstead now as he's on to punt for New Orleans. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally, you run to set up the pass. Here, it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Regular.
Now a play fake. Brady. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's into the clear. 30, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Raheem Mostert, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown. He's been having a great game, and that one right there, his best run so far, and it ends with 6 points.
And not only that, in his mind, what is he thinking? Can I get to 200 yards as well? Because he knows he's closing in on it. He may not know the exact number. But the best runners have a feel of what the yardage is that they're compiling, and he knows that he's getting close to that 200-yard mark now.
Marr now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out onto the field comes Traquan Smith and the rest of the offense. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. So Brees going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Shotgun now for Brees. This pass complete to Higgins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again.
Ready? Yellow waiting.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Here's Thomas Morstead now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And this will be taken at the 13. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. They've sort of epitomized balance. I mean, he's thrown the ball pretty well. They've run the ball well. Got to be pretty happy over on that sideline.
Takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? As much as those guys back there want to throw the ball around and be the focal point, when you're able to run it well and hold the defense back from their pass rush, it allows you to throw it as well as we're seeing so far in this game.
Yeah, now they'll be looking to add to their lead here in the second quarter. They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Right back to him on 1st down. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Bring it. Bring it. Shadow. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Squeeze, double. Regular. 56. Alpha.
Now they'll throw with Brady. Completes it to Miller. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Saints' 32-yard line.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
I'm here all day. Alpha.
Brady now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go. Hey, we got money.
Throwing again. Brady, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call.
Alert! 56, Mike 56. Hey, defense, let's go.
Hey, high 7.
56, 3D. Hey!
Shotgun now for Brady. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. A bit of a surprise. They're going for it with 2 ticks remaining. No sign of the field goal unit. The final shot before half for Brady. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start up in the Steel City, Heinz Field in Pittsburgh. And it's the Steelers out in front in the second quarter. Ben Roethlisberger has thrown a couple of touchdown passes. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And it's the visiting Jets who have the lead in that one. Sam Darnold has a couple of touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Dak Prescott. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
All day, just like that, just like that. Shadow!
On play action, now Brady. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 44-yard line.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there?
Yeah.
Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And a give this time to the tailback. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Quit talking about it and bring it. Hey, 66.
Now Brady. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Delay of game, offense.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. .44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A 10th carry for Kamara. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. He can't get him down. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes Tom Brady and the Patriot offense back onto the field. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing it around. Doesn't have to be the focal point. Hand it off, let him chew up the yardage in big plays, and your team's winning. The only people upset, the fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with a recipe of the ground game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Brady. He's got the hook up to Miller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 1st down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it, sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Watch the run. Watch the run. 72.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. That is caught. It's Perriman. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47.
Let's go.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Brady now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Check 26, check 26. 22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber. 150.
Play action, now it's Brady. He'll buy some time right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Watch the boot, watch the boot. 72.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And good running, going to get this down close to a 1st at the Saints 38.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Sugar, sugar. Check 17. Kill, 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 kill. 6-6, pull it high. Shift, watch the shift. Alert.
Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down.
Let's go, baby.
Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Brady. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The end result, 21 yards.
Wait, 10, wait, 20! 53, Mike, 65, 65! Hey, 66! Let's go! Check it, reload!
From the gun, Brady. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Justin Watson, his 2nd touchdown on the season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit, get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what, whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever, this was a big score to start the second half.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A 10-play drive that time. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
They start the drive on the ground, Kamara. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 29, Brees. It's caught. Smith. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Good work, boy. Let's go. Let's go. Ready. 95-56. 95-56. Double time.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Brees. Out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara.
An eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. That one good for 12 yards. And it'll bring up a second down. That was huge after being behind the chains on first down to make this second very manageable.
Man, how much pride do you have in an offense on first down to get that kind of yardage? Because it actually opens up your playbook on second down. You can run it, you can throw it, you keep a defense off balance. I like that phrase, staying ahead of the chains, and they're doing it.
A breakaway for Michael Thomas. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints get a bit closer.
Trying to make a comeback often appears daunting, but the only way to get there, start small, score, and worry about getting the next one after that.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. A 4-play drive spanning 80 yards, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
On play action, it's Brady. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
So after the INT, it's Brees. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Running with Kamara. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Again, it's Kamara. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Throwing on first down is Brees. That is caught. Traquan Smith. Touchdown Saints. Traquan Smith. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are back within a single score.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. They haven't had to rely so much on the passing game. It's really been a team effort in the running game that's kept them successful and has them in the lead.
I like that, too, the team effort, because when I was growing up, one guy carried the football, right? You stuck it in his chest 20 to 30 times a game, and he was the heavy volume, heavy dose guy. Now, you spread it around, different people touching it, and in this game, it's proven to be effective.
And spreading the wealth has been very effective. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That's a real nice job right there, working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, If you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. To throw, it's Brady. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
On second down now, it's Logan. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Wait, that's 380! 56! Let's go, let's go! Kill, kill, kill! Kill, kill! Rip! Hey, Alabama.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still second down.
Wait, 10! Wait, 20! Check, 53, smile! Here we go, here we go! Check, check, check! Check and reload! When he hits!
Going to give this time to the tailback. Oh, no, he lost the football.
That's it, huh? Good work, boys. Let's go.
He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football.
Yeah,
what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it's capped off by a 13-yard touchdown run. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the... Back in the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On first down, Brees. And this is Cook with a grab. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Saints on third down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Brees. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pickup there of 20 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Brees here finding Kamara. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
To throw again on second down. Brees looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Murray. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 39. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Looking to throw again on second down. Brees. This is complete to Michael Thomas. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Ready?
Into the red zone. It's Brees. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Brees to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up. No balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there. And, boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his rush coming, and he's taken down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he'll give it here to his running back. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Bucs on third down. They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 16. Here's Brady to throw. And he finds Howard complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Big Sheldon Rankins there to bring him down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The Bucs on third down. They've had plenty of success. 8 conversions, looking for a 9th. This is 3rd and 17. Now Brady. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 27-yard line. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And to give this time to the tailback. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run on first down. Logan. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down, 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to, says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Now Brady. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Taking it in from a yard out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Watch 41, watch 41. Single. 20 seconds.
Brees now on first down. And this one complete to Smith. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Brees. Open man is Higgins. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. Here's Brees to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. Give him 7 on the play, and it's a second down. Now Brees again. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards the pickup, first down. To throw is Brees. He gets it to Thomas. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Brees going to come up here, 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. Now Brees throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, they'll throw with Brees. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball.
This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.